Hey, Jake.
Yes.
How fucking long does it take to get a popcorn kernel out of your teeth, dude?
I don't think I got it. I think it's still
Oh,
there.
that's
I
even-
knew.
Oh,
that's
no,
horrible.
I knew you guys were waiting for me. I was bleeding. I'm spitting blood. This is bad news.
Oh my
Not much of a
God,
flosser. You're telling on yourself.
Well, I'm a stick. I use the sticks.
Gingivitis
Yeah.
on Lansdowne over here.
I'm fucking. Well, it's a molar, so it's hard to even. It's yeah.
Yeah,
That
you
is
gotta get
tough.
the actual string in there. Really, dig deep.
I know.
like
I don't know.
horseshoe-shaped.
I think it's gonna be an all nighter. If I had to guess.
In all
That's
honesty,
why, honestly, that's why I avoid popcorn, man. Because just one ruins
It's.
the
I'll
whole
tell you what.
experience.
It's not.
Just ruins the whole
popcorn
experience.
doesn't usually like movie theater. Popcorn doesn't do it for me. But Sophie buys Skinny Pop, and that
Oh, and
almost
that's what it does?
That almost always fucks me up. Like it's. I don't. It's maybe a little smaller or something, but it's bad news. And it's like I keep going back for more, but this always happens.
there is no bigger helpless feeling in the entire world. I feel like I'd rather be drowning than trying to get popcorn raw
rather be
dogging it with
dead.
your tongue. Yeah, it's tough. It's just a completely helpless feeling. But contrary to what you just mentioned, Liam, it's not going to stop me from the grind. I'm still going to be on the popcorn game. That is a top 3 snack, and it ain't 3. I'd either say popcorn or mini pretzels for me. It's never gonna. I'm always. thinking about
Do you
popcorn.
boys butter
Mini
your
pretzels.
popcorn?
Little bit.
At the theater, yeah.
I don't. At the theater, I don't.
I love that gross, oily concoction. That's
Yeah.
definitely gonna clog my arteries.
I haven't been to the cinema since Twisters, Liam.
Same. I was thinking that the other day. I
know.
almost went to
this
see.
move has done a real number on my.
I almost went to see Deadpool the other day, but I was like, it's not the same. It's not the
Yeah.
same.
Without
the last
me,
one I went
is that what you're implying?
Yeah, yeah. It's just
Oh,
it's not the
man.
same.
Come
The
on.
light has gone out of my life.
Gotta see if there's any other movies coming. Because again, whether or not I like
Alien.
the movie,
Alien is this
not
weekend.
going to be seeing that. I can tell
No?
you.
Trap.
For sure.
You don't want to see Trap?
I do want to see Trap too.
I
heard
think-
I heard it's a good time.
I think Soph and I might go see Trap this weekend.
Again,
Did you
at
end up
least it's
seeing
an excuse to eat
Longlegs?
Popcorn.
Yeah, I saw Longlegs.
Yeah, was it good?
No.
No, no. Was it scary at least?
It was pretty spooky, but I didn't like it very much.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
I'll
I'm
wait for
sorry
that
to
one
say.
then.
I'm sorry to say.
I'll save that one for Halloween.
Quick little cinema on Lansdowne to get us going. Just it's riffing. It's like vocal exercises.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
That's La Frige. Did I get it, Liam?
Nailed it. Nailed it. You're basically fluent.
La Frige, yes. I'm basically a Francophile myself at this point. Joined by Ow, a.k.a.
No. So it's F asterisk asterisk asterisk
Oh,
asterisk
God.
asterisk asterisk space
Jake.
F asterisk 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 and its favorite friend. That's who it is here on Pod on Lansdowne. It's your favorite friend, Jake. That's who's here today.
You're not my favorite friend right now.
Favorite friend.
Favorite friend, a.k.a. Jake. I am Cliff Floyd, a.k.a. Fitz. This is Pod on Lansdowne. We thank you for joining us this week during, gentlemen, what I have deemed for the 2024 Red Sox the week of weeks.
A hell of a week. Yeah, it's literally that 30 Rock meme where it's like, oh, what a week. Lemon. It's Wednesday.
Well, it's Wednesday is here.
Except
well,
it's only Tuesday when we're recording this, and it's still been a hell of a week.
well, what isn't the 30 Rock thing? It's Tuesday, but the cartoon strip there, I think it's like Tintin. That's Captain. It's Wednesday.
Yeah, I think that's right. I always get them mixed up.
No, Lemon, it's Wednesday.
Is it?
And then
Yeah.
Tintin is Tuesday.
No, it's Tintin's definitely Captain. It's Wednesday. I know that they could both be Wednesday.
They're both
Did 30
Wednesday.
Rock plagiarize
Well,
Tintin?
no, I think the Tintin comic, that's not actually what it says, and they just put the
They
words there
edited
from
over
30
it?
Rock. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, so
That
Tintin
could make
plagiarized.
sense.
Just edit it.
That is what happened. I just looked it up. So
Well, look at that. How about that? I was wrong all along.
yeah, that's all right.
Well, that's the name of the episode, Captain. It's Wednesday. Yeah, it has been a long week, and we're not even halfway through it. The biggest week in terms of on-the-field stuff, considering, A, how good the Kansas City series went last week when we said, oh, that's the biggest series, followed by a complete dumpster fire of a series in more ways than one. against the Houston Astros. Now you have 7 games on the road. They won the first one at home, excuse me. Well, they do have 7 games on the road coming up, but that's after this series against the Texas Rangers, where they won Game 1. We are currently in the middle of Game 2, 1-0 Red Sox, as we live and breathe. Hopefully they can pull that out and even go for the sweep on Wednesday as you hear this. But then you have 4 games against one of the best teams in baseball, the Baltimore Orioles, at Camden Yards, and then you go back down to Houston to play the team that just whipped your buttocks. So that is why I have deemed this upcoming week the week of weeks. But again, it's already kind of been the week of weeks, considering what is transpired over the past 48, 72 hours. Gentlemen, where the hell do we want to start off of all of this? Do we just want to get let's talk about the 400-pound elephant in the room? Do we want to just get that?
Yeah, we might as well get it out of the way.
Fucking idiot, Jarren Duran.
Yeah,
fucking
not great.
moron.
Not great.
Fucking moron. Everyone is within their rights to be pissed off about it. I think, personally, anecdotally speaking, I think we have garnered enough of an audience where we're not getting a bunch of like the dickheads who've been like, well, Jarren Duran made a fan out of me today with this. I think our audience is more enlightened than that. Read as smarter, just overall better, I would say. But no, everyone's well within their rights to be pissed, especially people who are gay, LGBTQ+. They have every right to be pissed about it. What's so funny? That's
Not just who are gay. Your infliction was funny.
the Stephen A. Smith Street. We will, however, discuss the homosexual. In all seriousness, though, people are well within their rights to be pissed off about it. At this point, you just hope that Jarren Duran fucking smartens up. That's the most you can hope for at this point. But, I mean, he has had a tendency to say stupid things in the past, right? This is extremely disappointing, frustrating.
For coming at him for posting some stupid shit
as we mentioned before. On this show itself.
Yeah.
An iconic piece of POL lore.
Yeah.
Hey, this fucking sucks.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's not that I don't know. I know it's terrible.
Let's clarify right now. Pot on Lansdowne, anti-homophobia.
Yes, first and foremost. And obviously, we're not the most eloquent podcast to be discussing this.
Yeah, people have been way more, they've been better at describing the situation and putting it more eloquently.
But it can't happen, plain and simple. It's hilarious to me that they gave him, or I guess, did they award him, or was he nominated for the Heart and Hustle Award pre-game?
He was given it the same day.
He won the day. Yeah, he was given it the day, yeah.
And I just remember watching the game on Sunday, and someone on my timeline thought they caught it. I had completely missed it. And yeah, turns out, 3 hours later, Red Sox come out with a statement. Jarren comes out with a statement. It's a horrible look for a guy we've all done a 180 on. Let's be honest. Feels like the entire city, the entire fan base have been like, okay, I'm out on Jarren Duran 24 months ago. All of a sudden, we're back. Like, he's a cornerstone.
I'm not too proud to admit I wanted him DFA'd, excommunicado.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like...
Yeah. It's just the Toronto incident.
It's just such a lack of awareness, lack of composure. Like, you have done so much to generate goodwill for yourself over the last 12 months now, and essentially you've kind of thrown it out the window for a large portion of the fan base, the more enlightened side of the fan base. And that's real. Like, that's not going away. So obviously he'll be playing tomorrow night by the time this comes out Wednesday morning. But yeah, I mean, he said it. Cora said it. Liam Hendriks said it earlier today.
Durant sure did say it. He sure did say it.
Well, I don't know if Cora and Hendriks said it.
But they said it plain and simple. Like, you got to be better. You have to be better than that. Like, there's no excuse for it. And I don't know. I mean, he was catching some flack from some of the older guys on the beat because and it's another terrible look on his part. Obviously, the shirt itself means well, but to be doing
I thought that was a little.
I
That was
thought,
Shaughnessy looking for a fight a little bit.
It's an unfortunate circumstance there. Obviously, the optics of it are bad. Like, he didn't
He doesn't take that
intentionally-
thing off. He
never
sleeps
does.
in that
He
shirt.
didn't
That's-
intentionally mean to step up there in the situation with the fuck 'em shirt, but it's undeniably, like, I mean, this is just a poor circumstance here. Of course it looks
Yes.
bad, but I don't think he went up with the intention of being like,
No.
as I'm giving my apology for
Of course
yelling
it's
a
not.
homophobic slur, I'm going to tell him fuck 'em. Like, he didn't mean to do that, but it's still a bad look. Just is.
Yes, just the optics are terrible, and I just think by Monday afternoon it had turned into such a circus. You've got Gabrielle Starr reporting that Mayor Wu wants to get in on this, and then a half hour later, no, Mayor Wu denies that. It's just thank God Rob Refsnyder exists, plain and simple, because the vibes
Amen.
the vibes would be putrid,
Amen to that.
If they had lost that game Monday night.
Rob Refsnyder, ally?
Big
Many
time.
are saying this.
Big time.
Yeah.
A hero.
Making
of
the
the
woke Sox
community.
1-0 in that situation. You mentioned you got to be better there, Liam. Take out all the. I mean, I understand this is hard to divorce this from the conversation because it should be the forefront of the conversation. The use of a word that for years has been meant to put down, as Dan Secator put again more eloquently than we could, is meant to put down an entire class of people, an entire group of people within society has been used to degrade them, to make them, to put them down as if they're lesser. To take that, just to put that on ice for even just 1 second, to do that something so stupid, so callous like that in the middle of a playoff race is beyond fucking stupid. And then you add on to on top of it, obviously the more important part of it, the societal impact of it. It's stupid all around. It's immature. It's irresponsible all around, and it's disappointing all around. So yeah, it's shitty all around. And again, hopefully he can learn from that.
I have a question.
Sure.
What was the guy? I know you're screaming like, "Oh, you need a tennis racket. You need a tennis racket." What does that mean? Does anyone know what that is like referring to?
Maybe it's like a bigger plane, like to hit it.
Yeah, to hit. Yeah.
Oh.
Was he over on the day up to that point? I don't know. Maybe he was, but
Okay, that makes sense then. I've always heard people being like, couldn't hit a beach ball. You know, you go the other way. I've never
Same
heard
idea,
someone
yeah.
say-
You know, same principle as like you need a bigger object to hit or to hit with. And then to echo another thing that Dan Secator mentioned on Over the Monster, it doesn't matter if Jaron Duran meant to be homophobic in the moment or not. He still used the word that's homophobic. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if it was in the moment he was angry. He still do it, and he still did it, and that's still irresponsible.
it's that simple. It's that simple,
Yes.
quite honestly.
Right?
Like, you said it. Whether or not, and I know Liam Hendricks said it today in an article. He was like, I know, like, his heart is not in that place just based on conversations he's had with
fucking
him for
hope
the
not.
last
Yeah.
6 months. But he's like, you can't say it. You can't use that word. Plain and simple. You talked about it, Fitz, already. Like, the history behind it, it's just can't use it. Can't work. Doesn't work today.
You know what I was thinking of? What if, like, you know, like last year, well, that might have been 2 years ago now, but when the like all those guys in the Rays wouldn't wear the pride patch.
Yeah.
What if one of them
Like
said
Jason
it?
Adam and all them?
Like, and then how did the guy, like, what did like their heart's not in the right place? Like, what do those guys say?
Yeah.
Like, what's
how do you defend your teammate in that
just
situation?
yeah? You're like, well, that's what he thinks. It's like, thank goodness.
I'm sure I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth, but if I had to guess, if I had to venture to guess, not saying that anyone in that Rays clubhouse did use that term, but I'm sure there were quotes around at the time being like, "Oh, we respect everyone's beliefs, and you know, it's just we want to have an open conversation about these things," something along those lines. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
BS
it's
like
also
that.
like, I mean, Christ, a month ago you had Austin Hayes on the Orioles Pride Night post something about on Instagram. The caption was like, "A day of evil." It's like, what are
I did not see
what
this.
are we doing? Like, no wonder they traded him right before the deadline. Like, that's
Did we do our Pride Night yet?
yes.
I believe
yes,
we did. Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I feel like Duran could have used that one.
No.
Some
But again,
photo
at
ops.
the very least, you hope he.
He is donating his
learns from it.
2-game suspended salary.
I don't think he has any say in that. Wasn't it? Like
Yeah,
the
I was
Red
gonna
Sox,
say, I
like,
don't-
we're
Also,
donating
he's
his time.
pre-arb, so it's like it's like
Like,
five.
damn,
it's like
dude.
$400.
Hey, every little bit helps for resource. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
LGBTQ plus youth need resources and help like that. You absolutely name it. But I mean, yeah, it's one thing if he's on a pre-arb deal, and another if he's making 35 per. Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not to make light of the situation, but it's just obviously shitty all around.
Official response from the mayor's office about
We
that
do.
report
We have
yesterday.
further word on
okay.
this.
Yeah, this came in 25 minutes ago. I don't think the reporter had a real source because that information was completely made up.
No!
Oh, that's a tough look.
The thing is, not many people. I feel like not enough people are going to see the follow up of that. Like, you know what I mean? They'll have seen it once on the timeline.
I think she
They're gonna run
quoted
with
it
that.
too, like
Just
Maybe
so
she
she,
did. I don't know.
she
Source it-
deleted the original tweet.
she did.
Too.
I
It
saw the
came
reply
me,
to it. I
It
did
came
not
to
see
me in a
quote for it.
vision.
Source, trust me, bro.
Felt
So.
it in my heart.
But yeah, it would feel irresponsible. It would feel like your head in the sand if you didn't at least bring that up on this edition of the show, being that that's the biggest Red Sox related story of the past week or so, whether you like it or not.
Now the second
Sure.
biggest story.
Is coming after the break.
Okay.
Oh,
There you go.
tease.
Wow.
Alley oop there from Jake. We'll be back after this. We're back. Pod on Lansdowne. Jake Fitz and Liam here at Jasoivis as always. You can follow us on Twitter if you want to follow along with our musings. The show is at Pod on Lansdowne. Myself, I'm Fitzimo Pena. Jake, he's at Jake Wallinger. Liam, he's at Liam Fennessy _. Jake, what was that thing you wanted to talk about like 40 seconds ago before we went to break?
Oh, the big three.
Yeah! You
That's
fucking
right,
with that this
that's
week?
right.
Are you fucking
Going
with that?
to Worcester. I'm fucking with that.
Yeah!
That's terrific. It's terrific. They sent them all at once. That really warms
I
my
like
cold,
that.
my cold dead heart. The Reds, they're really the power of friendship. That's like the three of them. It's cool because it's like they they fuck with each other. Like they're actually
Yeah, they're all buddies. They all hang
yeah,
out.
they're
off
like
the
real
field, like-
three real close friends.
Three
That's
best
so
friends
beautiful.
that anyone could have.
And I
I
tweeted
do think
this
there's
last night.
something to be said for that. I like 100%.
I agree.
It's like
Yeah.
an intangible thing. Like they're building camaraderie, and by the time they get to the major league clubhouse, which it would be incredible if they all came up at the same time.
I was
don't-
just gonna
don't
say
expect that to happen.
needs be
but-
damned and whatever and
Call 'em
all
up
that,
again.
but call them up at once. I think that would be the coolest thing ever.
Instant sellout right there if you're John Henry.
Sure.
Although it might just be a
Sure.
sellout anyways, even if you call it.
I actually,
one of them,
unfortunately, I'm pretty sure Teal will probably start the season in Boston, and the other two will follow a bit later.
Yeah, so I wanted to follow up with this. I did not think we were going to talk about the big three coming up at this early on in the show. But Jake, you tweeted right before we came on that you'll be annoyed when they're not up at Boston all at once.
Well, no, I mean, because I'll only get annoyed like when, like if either of the guys playing middle infield like suck ass to start the year or something. Like it's that sort of thing. It's like, oh well, we have a solution, but he's in Worcester right now. It's one of those.
Leave
you know?
the kids alone, buddy.
Well, I don't know. Next year I'll be ready. Right now, yeah, leave him alone. Let him be down there. But Teal, I imagine will probably start the season in Boston, because he could just kind of straight platoon with Wong to start the.
He's already so polished. He was so polished coming out of college.
Yeah, I mean he's
anyways.
old. He's
Right, like-
several years older than both of them.
Old, he's like 22. Or old.
But it's like he's a 4-year college player. Like
True.
it's
Yeah.
at that point.
And then, I mean, we did this whole thing last year, but the outfield is going to have to sort itself out. That's a whole complicated thing. And then Meyer, I don't know. I mean, if Story, God bless him, if he does well to start the year, then like maybe Grissom. I don't know. I mean, that's easier than Anthony because I don't think you're too concerned if Story like has to take some days off. He could certainly he could benefit from that. So
But yeah, I mentioned Grissom's still in the system. Obviously, Hamilton's playing his way onto the big league team
Yeah.
going forward, at least for the call it the intermediate
he's
feature,
got-
I suppose.
Is he first in the American League in bags now?
He's at 29, I believe, 29 or 30. Because I overheard on the broadcast last night. I think he got his 29th swipe.
Yeah, so the other two, it's a significantly more complicated. But Teal, I think we will see. I think probably opening day, just so they don't have to go out and like worry about signing another catcher. Like, why bother?
I saw. I think it was Ed Hand on the timeline earlier this afternoon. Actually, was like, wouldn't hate just bringing Danny Jansen back on a 1-year deal, just to be like, okay, now we don't have to rush Teal, but worst case, it's not like he's not a real roadblock if Teal's lighting the cover off the ball.
I would do it for really cheap, but that just seems like unnecessary. Like, you have two catchers that are both Teal seems to be far and away the most polished of the three, so I'm really not concerned with him making the I think he's the one that I think will settle in the quickest.
I would agree.
I don't know, sure. Yeah, I'm really not too
No, I
concerned
think
Teal.
part of it's also like, okay, if you bring Jansen back, then you can also continue to move
Wong
Wong
around.
around the infield.
But also,
Yeah,
you already
Wong-
have fucking 5 infielders.
So
I don't
many-
know
so
what
many
you-
middle
There
infielders.
are
There's-
too many people on this team.
Well, if
just
this year
flat
taught
out.
us anything, you could
I mean,
have you might need it. If 20,
But it's too many guys. It's too many like
I
It's
need
too
a
many,
couple
like,
guys to just step up
3-star
and show-
guys. Yeah, I need
it's like
the
step up.
The Red Sox need like more studs. But I think I said
we have
this
a lot of
months ago,
of
like in
fine
June or
major league
something.
players.
Yeah, if you could win, if the team with the most like 2 WAR players won the World Series, we'd be walking to it. You know, but that's
most guys
not
go,
how it works.
hey, yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, that's
You ask the regular baseball fan, hey, what do you think of the Red Sox? They go, oh yeah, pretty good.
yeah, pretty
Solid
good.
team. Got some good players.
So they, I need some guys to step up.
but
The big three very exciting. I'll tell you what about the big three. Just one last thought. I think it's so fucking cool how they lean into the whole, the whole organization. I mean, promoting them as one is crazy. Like, I can't believe they did
the
that.
press conference earlier today was so cool.
Yeah, like I've never really seen it ever in any sport where like 3 guys are treated as like an entity in I don't know, they're like
Father, Son, and Holy Ghost.
yeah, they're like treat, they do everything together. I just think it's really cool, and all the Instagram posts from the Woo Sox and stuff have been so fun. Just like them,
Yeah, well,
the picture of them out
Social
front.
is nailing it.
Yeah, they're cooking. What did they? The one 2 days ago, or excuse me, yesterday, that was just like it's time, and it was a picture
Yeah,
of the 3 of them.
chills.
That's
Chills.
That's how real it is to
how
The
real-
Rock.
Slapping my arm there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That Woo Sox lineup is crazy right now. With
It is,
those
and Myers not
3,
even playing.
with
Myers
Grissom-
still coming
yeah,
back
no,
from his hip.
Nuts.
Yeah.
And Casas, Big Bobby. He's going to teach him
Championship
everything
series
he
in
knows.
Worcester. Some AAA championship ball in the heart of the
Give me that
Commonwealth.
I want that International League title, man. Give it to me.
I think I'm gonna go. I think I texted you guys this, but I think I'm gonna the Woo Sox. The closest AAA team to me is Lehigh Valley, the Iron Pigs. I think I'm gonna rent a car. It's like an hour and a half, hour 40 minutes. The Woo Sox have a weekend series out there, like mid-September.
It's in Allentown, right?
Yeah,
You gotta listen to some Billy Joel. While
some
you're
Billy
there.
Joel. I know. So I think I'm gonna rip that. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, they're playing down in Allentown.
I don't know what else
Shutting
there is
all
to.
the
I
Iron
imagine
Pigs down.
nothing is what else
To do
there is
in
to do in
Allentown?
Allentown, but maybe
Lament
just a
about
day
your
trip.
union pay and whatnot. And
Yeah.
some of the factories down.
Is that technically still the Rust Belt? Like,
Maybe, oh yeah,
It's gotta
that's
be
what
the start of the
Allentown's
Rust Belt.
about. They're tearing all the factories down.
They say that it's the second line of the song.
Second
I
line
guess
of-
that's true. No, I wasn't running through the lyrics in my head.
Yeah.
Like Fitz.
Well, I didn't have to run through all the lyrics. I don't know all the lyrics off the top of my head. I just know that that's the second line of the song. They're shutting all the factories down.
Yeah, they're living there in Allentown,
Haven't
and they're
listened
shutting
to
all
it
the
in a while, I
factories down.
guess.
That's it. It's as simple as that.
Good song.
That's all you need to
Shut up,
know. That's all you need to know.
Billy Joel. Right? That's the entire gist of the song. You think Bruce Springsteen heard that and was like, "Damn it, he beat me to it."
Yes, actually,
100%.
it's such a Bruce
100%.
song.
Anytime I think about those Bruce songs, it's gonna take me a second to find the tweet. It's one of those top 5 songs from an artist tweet, and all 5 of the songs are made up.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Every single time I think of it, I retweet it.
Did you find it?
This is Fitz's official like Baseball Writers of America Association moment.
Yeah, consider this my application, right, to get a Hall of Fame vote, referencing Bruce Springsteen on the pod. Top 5. This is from at Ice Level. Just to give credit, this is May 20th of 2018, 9:08 p.m. In case you were wondering. Top 5 Bruce Springsteen songs. 1. Bustin' Unions Ain't No Good. 2. Thinking About Motorcycles. This is the best. Number 3. Meet Me Downtown, parentheses, Reagan Stole My Pension. Number 4. Susie's in All Denim Again. And number 5. Foreman Won't Let Me Play Saxophone on the Factory Floor.
Nice. Kyle Teal's
Good
a
one.
Jersey guy. Maybe he likes the Box.
Sure is. Yeah, sure is.
I
Sure
feel
is.
like you get your New Jersey citizenship revoked if you're not crazy
Yeah.
about Bruce Springsteen, in addition to the E Street Band.
Silvio.
Yes, that is right. Wears
right.
the bandana on the stage.
My dad. I'm trying to remember what my dad has some connection to Kyle Teal. I don't know if it was a guy he played
I was gonna say Bruce
high school
Springsteen.
ball with. No, I mean my dad's from Jersey, if that counts.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I think someone that coached Teal at either the high school level or something, or travel ball. I think my dad played with in high school or college. I don't remember what it is. I'll get the full story and report back next week. But there's some Terrence Fennessy. He knows people.
Big T.
All right.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
Thank
Did
you.
he call your dad T in New Jersey like they did with Tony? Hey, T.
T.
Hey,
They
T,
might
don't
have.
know
I
about
gotta.
this.
I gotta
Wait,
ask.
what's your
him.
dad's name?
Terrence.
Oh.
Hey, T. I don't know
Yeah.
about
Is
this
he
Terrence
Terry?
Hill kid.
To friends?
I think he did go by Terry when he was younger.
Yeah. Oh, he's
I don't-
Terrence
I
now,
don't-
though.
Yeah,
Oh,
more
okay.
fun.
Terry,
Formal.
Terry.
more professional. Yeah, Scary Terry.
I gotcha.
Guys, the pitching. But besides homophobia this week, which I am never fucking with. What I'm not fucking with this week is the fact that we are lamenting the loss of James Paxton for probably the entire year, as Alex Cora
Oh,
referenced
he's
on Tuesday.
It's over. It's over, man. The second
I'm not
stint.
fucking with the lack of pitching depth again.
God did not want James Paxton to pitch for the Red Sox. It just wasn't. It was never meant to be, and we spat in his face to trying to bring him back. And
I had a good run, didn't I?
5 pitches, dude.
What'd they say?
Before
He
you're
tore-
about to go
he
on a
tore his-
Was it 5?
It was 5 pitches, and then you have to go on
Oh, I
like
thought
a
it was
week and a half
4, so
stretch
that's
without an
pretty
off
good.
day, and you have to do a makeshift bullpen day. Just a disaster. And then your center fielder yells a homophobic slur and gets suspended for 2 games. It's awful. Just not a fun day Sunday.
Oh my god, was that the same game?
It was the same
Yeah, that's how we started, and that's how we ended.
game. Day from hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a
No
day.
good days. No good days.
But yeah, I mean, you're right back to where you started.
Did they call up the big 3 that night? Or was it the
Yes,
next day?
it was in between. Paxton got injured. I think they recorded the final out of the game. They announced that they were being called up like right as
Because
the
I
game
tweeted not
ended.
everything was bad today, and then
Yes, and then like 2 hours later, they came out with the statement,
which
You
is
know,
still
yeah,
true
well,
if that happened on Sunday, the big 3 call up. And not everything was bad. Most everything was bad. That wasn't bad. That one thing. Oh, I guess 3 call ups. Those 3 transactions. But no, you're back. You're
Really?
back. Yeah,
really,
no.
it was the lifetime.
You're back to almost. It feels like you're almost back to square one with the pitching depth concerns that he had leading up to the trade deadline, right? Because
Sure.
Well, I would
God-
say you are literally. I mean, that was their acquisition. I would say you literally are back to square.
well, you also had the additions of the bullpen thing, though, right? But it's not like Sims and Garcia
Well,
have.
they've been ass, the two of them.
That's-
Quinn Priester, wild card game one
Quinn
starter.
Priester.
Quinn Brewster.
Well, he
Yeah, right?
stinks
I tell you,
in
we're-
Worcester. He's
we're gonna-
getting lit up every start.
Is he really? I haven't even checked in
Yeah.
on him yet. Oh no.
He's working on some things.
It takes a little bit to get acclimated to the Bailey and Company pitching lab. I'll have you know. But I mean, yeah, it feels like you're right back, even with those additions to the bullpen. You know, you're back on your heels after having to eat, an entire game's worth of pitching with the bullpen there, and then this huge series against Texas, and then you go on the road. Next off day is a week from Thursday. So,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
how are we going to eat
No,
those
it's not
innings? How are we going to eat those innings? And gentlemen, I
Cooper
know it
Criswell will be sacrificed to
yeah, right, at the altar of the baseball
the
gods.
altar. Yeah.
And again, it's a non-zero chance, gentlemen,
Well,
that Rich
Paxton
Hill
was-
makes his like 17th stint with the Red
Oh.
Sox.
I would say it's
Yes,
like
that's a great
80% at this point. They
Where
need
can I
somebody.
bet, where can I
also
bet
in on
on that?
Yeah,
where can I
they
bet
need
on
somebody
that?
to just throw the baseball. Like it doesn't even matter if he sucks or not. They just need an arm.
Someone to get some outs. Yeah, and I think MLB trade rumors mentioned a couple days ago that the Twins might be in on him because they just lost Joe Ryan for the rest of the year. if
Well,
I'm not
he lives
mistaken.
here, right? He lives here. Look at me. Gosh, I don't live there.
Not
anymore.
not there in the big
Matt, he
Hill
lives in
from
Mass,
Brooklyn?
right? Yeah, he
Yeah,
lives in
sure
Mass,
does.
right?
Rich Hill is not walking here.
Does he live in Mass?
It's what,
Um,
Milford, right?
I don't know if
Milton?
I don't know if he lives in Milford now, but he is from Milton. He is the pride of Milton.
Because, like, for him, if the Red Sox offer you anything, would you just be like,
Fuck
yeah,
it.
I'll drive
I'm in.
over, like, make a couple mil, like it's nothing, like it's the
Right?
funniest.
If
I'll
you're
stay
good,
in
great.
shape.
If not,
I've
who
done
cares?
it
You're-
4 times
Yeah.
before.
If you do well, that's awesome. If you don't do well, you're still the pride of Milton. You could still
Yeah,
walk
who
into
cares?
Stella's and get a free coffee, I'm sure.
I mean,
You know?
what is he? 30 what? 9?
He's
He's
like
like LeBron.
44. Isn't he
Oh my
like
god, he's 44?
Yeah, he's so old.
Holy fuck! Holy shit! What?
Yeah, man.
I'm about it, man. They need someone to eat the innings, and if he's there,
I need some innings, and I need professional major league innings.
I may ask you the same favor I
fun
had
would
before.
that be?
Salam,
to
brother.
have if we do a 5th stint of Rich Hill? Like, that's
Would it be
special.
5?
Yeah, it's 5. I'm looking at it right now.
Hashtag drive for 5. Rich Hill edition.
2010, 2014, 2015. Those are 2 separate ones. He was on 4 teams in between those 2, and 22.
That's special.
That is
Bring him back. Bring him home. That
Bring him
rubber
home.
arm of his. Right? He'll give you like 3 starts where he's 2 hits, 6 in the third inning.
There was, like, I'm trying to remember
No strikeouts,
in,
no walks.
In 22 down the stretch, he had a game against Tampa, I think, in like September, and he had like, I don't know, over 10 Ks in 6 innings. I was like, fuck it, maybe we bring him back next year.
Wasn't he on San Diego?
He signed with Pittsburgh, I believe, and then yes, he got traded to the Padres.
Oh right, did he finish the season with us in 22?
Sure did.
Oh okay, another Heim masterclass.
Yeah, there's a lot of those going around these days, huh?
Yeah. Heim sends his regards. You guys want to hear a cool Rich Hill story before?
How
we
does Rich Hill
transition?
only have 16 WAR in his career? That's absurd.
Pitching war is weird.
He's
You know?
thrown. Guess how many innings
100
Rich Hill has
innings.
thrown.
Yeah, this is actually a fun game. How many innings has Rich Hill thrown in his career? He
Yeah,
came up, I think, in 05
I've got it right here. Fitz, that's absolutely correct.
with the Cubby Bears. Again, I have a story about him.
See,
I'll
all right,
share
here's
later.
another fun game. See if you can name every team Rich Hill has played for.
Okay. Well, let me guess the innings first. I'm just trying to do the math. He has pitched. I'm definitely going to be way off. He has pitched. Let me do. Do you mind if I'm going to use my calculator for this?
I know, I do mind actually. You got to give an answer.
Well,
quicker
that's
than-
too
on
bad I'm gonna
Jeopardy.
do
It's over.
Need it-
On
need it
Jeopardy,
now.
it's-
2,715 innings.
No,
Holy
God,
shit!
no.
I don't know.
Good lord,
Liam, do you have a guess?
I know what it. I have this beer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's 1,400.
Oh, not even close. I don't know.
No.
It's a lot. I don't know. I did like 17 years
all right, so-
and like
so,
170
quick
innings. I
game.
don't fucking know.
What time are we at? Okay. Quick game. Give me all the teams Rich Hill has played for.
Do we want to do it Stump the Schwab style where like we all go, Liam and I keep going back and forth and whoever misses it first
Sure.
is out?
Sure.
Well, I mean, I have his B ref pulled up.
oh.
Oh, shit. Okay.
It's
right,
already,
then
it's already
okay,
too
well-
late. It's too late for
All
me.
right, it's Fitz. Fitz, there's 13 of them. Go.
All right. Cubs,
Yep.
Red Sox,
Yep.
Dodgers,
Yep.
Rays,
Yep.
I'm just running through all the teams. Yankees. He had a stint with the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was with Cleveland. Wasn't with
Wrong.
Detroit.
Wrong.
He did have a time with Cleveland.
He did.
Sure did.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So that's 6. Again, I'm just trying to run through it. He wasn't with Kansas City. Who else is in that? Minnesota. He was definitely in
Yep.
Minnesota. So we're at 7.
Uh-huh.
I don't think he was with Detroit. Who am I missing in the Central? White Sox. Was he with the White Sox?
No.
I don't think he was. No. Wasn't with the Angels, was he?
Yes,
Oh.
he was.
He was.
He was with the Angels?
Oh my god, he didn't even.
I
Does that
don't
even
recall
count?
that at all.
Oh, wait, does that say he played the infield, Liam?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Like, it says he's got.
What did he take it at bat? He has a hit. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong. Wait, what the
No,
fuck?
2014 Anaheim, 0 innings pitched. I don't understand what's happening here. Did he just pitch an inning and didn't record an out? Because it says 3 walks, 1 hits, 1 earned run,
Oh, that must be what it
faced
is
4
then.
batters. But that was it. He didn't even finish the.
What's
I mean,
inf?
it counts.
What does inf mean? Oh, infinity. So that he
Infinite.
didn't.
Infinite.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that is what happened, Liam. He did not. Okay, yes, Fitz. He was an angel.
Okay. He was an A,
for one
right?
for one memorable inning.
He was an A.
He
Yep.
sure was.
He was not an Astro. He was
Correct.
not a Mariner.
Correct.
I don't think he was a Ranger.
Correct.
He was a Met.
Yep.
So what, we're at 10?
Yes, yeah.
He
No.
was not a...
Liam, are we at 11? I think we're at 11.
How many teams in
Yes,
the
we
American
are-
League
we are at 11.
has he been? And
We're
then
at
plus
11.
Yeah,
the
we're at
Mets.
11. Fitz, the last 2 teams are
National League.
correct.
Okay,
One
so
should
he,
be very obvious.
I mentioned the Dodgers. Oh, he was a Padre, too.
Yeah.
So that means one more team. Was that the obvious team, Liam?
I didn't hear you say Dodgers earlier, but now that you said it,
Okay.
that was
So-
the obvious answer. I missed that one.
Padres, and then he was not a Brave. He was not a Marlin. He was not. I don't think he was a National. And then who else is in the East? He wasn't a Philly. He was not. He was not a Cardinal. This is I'm just trying to. I'm sure this is enthralling.
I'll just
podcasting to listen to.
we can finish.
No. I want to try to get it.
Oh,
I
all
wanna try to
right.
get it.
Sorry.
I want to try to get it. I'm going to take a stab here.
Yep.
Was he a Red?
No.
Okay, who was it?
Pittsburgh. You didn't get.
Oh, Pittsburgh. Oh, I didn't think of Pittsburgh.
and then
That's
also,
true.
Liam, did he say Baltimore or no?
I did
didn't
not
say
hear him
Baltimore.
say Baltimore. I was
Okay, so
waiting for
so you were
Baltimore.
missing both of those.
I missed Baltimore. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a
Been
career.
well traveled.
His baseball reference page is absolutely ludicrous.
It's a nightmare to look at.
It really is. It really is.
Can you count how many times he's been traded like mid-season?
Yes.
Just look for how many years say
Holy
TOT
shit.
for team.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Or has been released and then signed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I believe
years he's
4.
pitched for multiple teams. A story about Rich Hill from my youth. Again, as he was the pride of Milton. I born and raised in West Quincy, so right on the border with Milton. My nana was a banker for a year, like bank teller. And so in comes this high school kid who just got drafted by the Cubs. I think he was basically trying to set up a bank account for, the loads of money that he was about to have moving forward. And my nana helped him out. And towards the end of it, she ended up finding out that, he's this professional baseball player named Rich Hill. And this is when I'm like, if he was probably drafted, if I had to guess, like 2002, maybe 2003, around. So I'm like 7 years old, 8 years old, however old. I don't know
He
when
was drafted. He was drafted 3 times.
Yeah, he was drafted 3 times. That's crazy.
But whenever it was by the Cubs, because this is when he was like a prospect
That
and
was
he was
02.
like highly touted enough
02.
with the Cubs. So 02, okay. So at that point, I'm 6 years old and crazy about baseball. My nana was like, hey, my grandson is a big baseball fan. Could you sign something. So there's a random banknote. It's probably in a land dump somewhere. I don't know if I saved it.
Oh, you lost
You don't
it?
even have
I
it?
think I did. Yeah. Maybe it's
A
somewhere
family
up in my-
heirloom.
it might be somewhere up in my old room, in Quincy. But yeah, like some banknote signed by Rich Hill, Dick Mountain
Wow.
himself.
What a bet on yourself move. I mean, he's kind of the epitome of that. But to say no twice in the draft, to be like, nah, I'm going
Well, a
back.
lot of
to
times,
school.
like-
in his defense, the first time he was drafted was the 36th round.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
the second
you have a
time though,
lot
that's
of
pretty
those.
rare to get drafted out of college and say no and then go
The
back to
second
school
time
again.
Well, it's
Yeah.
funny when you look at like some of the high draft picks. You'll look and it will be like, yeah, Garrett Cole out of high school was drafted
the Yankees.
4,862nd overall by his hometown club. And he said no. He then proceeded to get drafted first overall 2 years later. There's a lot of instances like that.
We drafted Bregman, infamously,
Yes, right?
in the 29th round.
So there you go, right? A lot of the times it's like, oh,
Breaking news out of MLB Pipeline.
Ooh.
Skibbity.
Skibbity Bout and
Well,
Butt.
not actually,
Oh.
Okay, well.
but fellas, it's the Big Four.
Oh.
New top 100 list from Pipeline. Marcelo Meyer at 5, Roman at 14, Teal at 27, Braden Montgomery at 59, and Christian Campbell at 80.
Oh, let's go.
Sounds like the
Chills.
Fab Five to me instead of the Big Three.
Who needs pitching? Fuck them. I don't care. I love dingers. That's
We
what I
all
like.
the position players.
Yeah.
Can't win without
Why
scoring
not?
runs, baby.
I love
It's
dingers.
better to just develop hitters anyway, man.
It is.
Pitching's
That's-
too hard. Pitching's
Tin
way too hard.
Stap. Tin Stap.
There is
For
no
our
such
listeners,
true.
for our
So
listeners,
true.
and we're entering. This is important, actually. This next probably year or so, as the Red Sox come out of this rebuild, remember to always live by TINSTAP, which is an acronym. It means there is no such thing as a pitching prospect.
I would
There's not.
agree with that. Now, the one thing I would say just based off of this year, I was going to say, but then I corrected myself. It's like, hey, Paul Skeens, would he be considered a pitching prospect? But the answer to that is no, because he was always ready to pitch at sea. It ends
Yeah.
up that he was never a
Sure,
quote-unquote... I mean, yeah, he was a prospect, quote-unquote, but that's a grown-ass man who was always
I
ready to
literally
pitch.
like
When you're up and under 12 months, doesn't count.
I think without a hint of like irony or hyperbole, I would not trade any of the Red Sox top prospects for a pitching prospect. Emphasis
I
on
agree.
prospect. I would like need a solid year in MLB out of a guy.
In a perfect world, you grow your infield, outfield, your position players. You have them for the most part come through the system, and then you trade for or you sign your pitchers.
Yeah, because
In a perfect
I think you're asking for, I mean, catastrophe really if you trade a position like one of these top 100 position players for a pitching prospect. I think the risk reward there is like so far out of whack that it's not. I mean, look at the Red Sox the last 15 years before like Cutter and Houck.
Yeah, not much of a
There was no
development.
one. There was literally no
Well, on the
one.
flip, I mean, you still want to try to emphasize developing pitching any way you can, right? Obviously, like that helps.
Yes,
And-
but I would not. I'm saying never, ever, ever trade a real position player prospect for a pitching prospect.
correct. That I would agree with. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I think that's the.
And that's
believe-
TINSTAP.
I could be wrong.
And that's
yeah.
TINSTAP, my friends.
There you go. Tin Snap on Lansdowne.
Thank you.
Do you want to take a quick break, gentlemen?
Yeah, why not?
Let's take a quick break. Well, even if you didn't, we're still going to anyways. Pot on Lansdowne
Liam.
back. Oh,
Oh, sorry. I thought we were. Go to break.
you were doing so well being a host for a couple weeks there. Then it's a learning experience. We'll get by it,
sorry.
Jake. Back after this. What's the score of the Sox doing?
It's 1-0, but I just heard the crowd,
Still-
so I think Rob might have just cashed in with the bases loaded.
There we go. Back.
And he
back.
sure did, up the middle.
That's so funny you can do that. That's great.
2 run scores, 3-0, folks. I heard it like a full 2 minutes ago. The TV is so fucking far behind.
I didn't even bother having.
I've been wearing out MLB TV. Great app. And free,
Great
because
app.
fucking Sophie has T-Mobile. God bless.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, I've been watching other games too, because I've never really opened it, because it's like, well, I'd never had to. But
That's true.
Just
like
pop around, you know?
I switch over to like the Dodgers or something after the
Yeah, why
Sox
not?
now.
Yeah, right. West Coast games.
I'm going to
Have
two of
fun,
those
you do your
Mets
thing.
Sox games confirmed.
Ooh, nice.
Confirmed.
I'd like to see if I can get down to New. My dad and I kicked around the idea of seeing if we could go for a weekend, but we'll see. All right.
I think the
5.
Yankees is a weekend. Oh.
Yes, yeah, sure is.
All right, back in 5. We're back. Final segment here. Usually the longest segment of the episode. I feel like it's half the episode, whatever the third segment is. But final segment here on Pot on Lansdowne. If you want to be featured during the third segment, or maybe the second segment, perhaps even the first if we like the voicemail enough, you can leave a voicemail, question, or comment to be featured on the show. The number for that, as Jake is already racking his brain.
617-420-2431.
There you go. Don't even think about it.
He started with
617-420.
the 2. He started with the 2.
That is my own number once again. I started with my own phone number.
Yeah, right. Self-docs. That's what we call that. 617-420-2431 to be featured on the program with your voicemail. Anything else we want to bring up regarding the Red Sox? Any of you two? Because I know I have one thing I'd like.
Do we want to? Did we even really do fuck with, don't fuck with?
Let's do a rapid fire. Fuck with.
Yeah, rapid
I
fire.
mentioned not fucking with the fact that Paxton's hurt, and I mentioned not fucking with homophobia.
Okay, that's great. So how about we could do package deal? We don't fuck with homophobia. All three of us.
Yes, yeah, that is a forever.
Don't
Oh,
fuck
I
with-
gotta, not
Oh,
that
you had
this,
another-
not this
another
one's
one.
bigger or more important than homophobia.
I was gonna say, is
Bigger
Liam-
than homophobia. That's Liam's album title. What's the Simpsons? Bigger than Jesus? Fitz?
Well,
Is
that's a
that the-
that's a playoff of the Beatles
No, I know.
when John Lennon said, they're bigger than Jesus.
But just a quick don't fuck with, guys. It is it has to be pitching to Yordan Alvarez. I don't
God.
understand why we.
Oh,
continue
and
to do
Corey
it.
Seager.
It's just out of control.
People
so
in this
for
league. People in
Jordan.
this league do not utilize intentional walks enough. I'll say it. Well, I've said it once. I'll say it a million times. Like Aaron Judge, I would, without exaggeration, walk him 90% of the time. Maybe who's protecting him? Austin Wells.
Did you see
Go
Grady
to hell.
Sizemore's? Did you see Grady Sizemore's quote before their series? He was like,
No.
"Yeah, I'm worried about him and Soda, and that's it."
I mean, yes. Austin Wells
And then they went out
is
and
his
smacked
protection.
him Monday night.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here. I mean, come on now.
I mean, do you
yeah,
guys,
Jordan,
you guys want to hear?
Connor Wong 3-1 dong. I like that.
Oh hell yeah, 6-0.
I like that.
Oh, we got a
Um,
Wong Dong?
Yeah, we got a Wong dong.
Yeah, Alvarez is slash against us, and this
Yeah, so,
doesn't
okay,
even.
so we don't fuck with. So what is it? Just the homophobia, pitching,
And Jordan
and-
Alvarez.
and Yordan
and pitching
Alvarez.
to Jordan Alvarez.
I mean, yeah,
Do we not fuck with Jordan Alvarez or pitching to Jordan Alvarez? Because I think he
Both.
seems. Oh, is he a
does
bad
seem
guy?
like a nice. No, I mean, I think he seems fine, right?
Okay.
I don't
He
have a
could have
problem with it
skeletons in his
personally.
closet. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Is he,
I don't know, man. I don't know his
what's
heart.
his story? Let's see. What's his story?
What's his story?
You know, I don't want.
I know.
I don't want to throw. I don't want to throw around. Don't fuck with lightly.
Don't look up what letter he signed in 2009.
See here, Q. Born
Guys,
in,
his OPS against us in 20 games is over 1,200.
He born in Cuba. He's Afro-Cuban. Defected in 2016 and established residence in Haiti.
No
Yeah, not
murderer
much-
of the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, not much here. Not much here.
I
Not
tweeted
much
that
on
they
the
didn't
paper
learn
trail.
their lesson after 2021. I tweeted that after the first time of them like pitching around to him, and then they got out of it, and then he proceeded to shit right down our throats. So the Red Sox did not learn their lesson from the ALCS a couple of years ago because he was killing us that series, absolutely murdering us.
Well, he won Series MVP. I remember it well.
All right, so we don't fuck with homophobia and pitching to.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. I had one more minor one.
okay,
Just
but no,
a
that's
quick
fine.
shout out to.
I'm keeping a
to
running
Zach-
tally over here.
Yeah, Zach Kelly, guys, in the second half. It's been ugly. 10 innings.
Oh,
6,
yeah.
The ERA is 6. The FIP is 8. I mean, to his credit, before in the first half, he pitched 35 innings to like a sub-2 ERA.
I think
so
there's
maybe
like
this is
one
just small
reliever.
sample size theater, but Zach Kelly has been atrocious in the second half thus far. 4 home runs, 7 earned runs, 6 walks, like 11
I texted you
hits.
guys last night during the game. I'm begging him to grow up. You come in,
They're
you're up
teeing off.
2, and it's like the 8th and 9th batters. Just throw meatballs. That's so much less infuriating than walking the 8 and 9 hitters. Like,
I have
you
to
know,
agree.
You're beating yourself. Anyway,
Well, I mean, the
Shit
pitching
pisses me
staff in
off.
general has left a lot to be desired.
how many
since,
relievers are on the team right now where you're like, I feel okay? Chris Martin is that? I mean,
Chris Martin and
Kenley's been
honestly
good for the most
Kenley.
part. Yeah,
That's kind of it right now.
that's great.
Do you want
Is
to know
Slayton-
the Red Sox
is Slayton-
ERA?
Yeah, is Slayton even alive?
Yeah, do we know?
Do you guys want to know the Red Sox ERA since July 1st?
Since July 1st,
Just the bigger sample size.
like the team ERA
the team ERA, according to StatMuse,
9.
5.5.
5.18. So Jake and I
okay.
both having ludicrous pitching guesses today.
I don't know if I meant the 9.
Rich Hill, an absolute. He's like Cy Young out there with 2,500 innings.
What the fuck? So imagine the career that Rich Hill has had to this point, and then add another Rich Hill career. That's how many
Give it, double it, and give it to someone else. Oh well, here I'll give. How about a fuck with? Let's get a little positive.
I got to fuck with.
Okay,
Yeah, me too.
let's
I
hear
got
it.
one.
Tristan Casas in rehab, baby.
Yeah,
Hey,
well, I
let's
mean,
do
I'd fucking
tonight.
hopes he's only been there for a month.
Well, he just fucking crushed a huge home run in Worcester tonight. So
Awful
hopefully I don't
lefty,
lose
no
turn the
less.
corner.
Awful lefty, no less.
I don't believe it, but I do like peddling the narrative that he just loves Worcester like Manny loved Pawtucket. He just likes
Everybody
chilling
does.
down there.
Brad Keller, he opted out, but then he's re-signed with the Wizards.
Yeah, the Red Sox, every time they DFA somebody, they end up in Worcester. Like, no one ever gets claimed or signed.
No, they
Like, they
go.
always are just like,
Who
yeah,
was
I'll go
it?
chill.
It was Pablo earlier this year. Last year was Yu Chang,
Arroyo.
They
Yeah.
all accepted the assignment.
Yeah, people just
Do they
love...
give him like the key to the city of Worcester? Like that's how...
Smiley's Mafia. They roll deep.
Okay, so Casas. I'm fucking with... I was gonna say Ref, but that's obvious. We love Ref.
I was also going to say Ref, so we're on the same page.
Excuse me, heavens. I'll be fucking with David Hamilton again. These last few games, he's
man.
The bat's coming back around a little bit. He
30
had been-
bags, guys. 30 bags.
Yeah, 30
on the year.
bags.
Who would
He
have
had been
thought?
slumping. He'd been slumping heavy, but he. I don't know if he'll ever really be a starter. I don't think that's really in him, but he's a very useful piece to just have around.
Guy you could stick up the middle with the wheels, hit from the left
Yeah.
side. You know,
I'll tell you what. If the bench, they could have kind of an electric bench next year. If it's like Ref, Romy, David Hamilton, and like
the all vibes team.
the catcher that's not catching.
Watch him just bring Dom Smith back.
Yeah, and
just to
Dom
hang out.
Smith.
I'm building a team.
Yeah, so I fuck with Dave. Having fun at Dave Land.
Having fun at Dave.
It's your fuck with, my friend?
I just told you, Tristan Casas.
Ah, yes, of course.
Yep. Yes.
Liam?
Yes.
And I was also just going to say Ref. I know.
Liam, you were the OG.
I love Ref,
The
man.
OG ref truther.
I mean, I said it, what was this, like, second week of April?
Yeah.
or maybe, like, first week of April? I don't know. It was as soon as, like, Story went down. And the
Yeah, I was going to
Casas
say, it
got
was
hurt.
right when... the first week of April was excellent. It was the second
That's
week
true.
where
We'll always
shit
have that
went
road trip.
sideways. Yeah.
He's the key to all of this, man. And
I texted you guys this yesterday, and you both ignored me, so that was fucked up. But let's talk about it now. Ref, sneaky... Heim Bloom's best move that isn't like
I
drafting
mean,
in.
we're talking about. I think it might be him or David Hamilton right now.
Yeah, trying to think what.
I mean, the Vaz trade for Wilbur is obviously the best move.
For Wilbur?
That isn't Willier. Jesus Christ. Wilbur. What was that? I combined both his names. The B and Abreu.
The
I don't know what I
Wilbur
did
Theater?
there. The Wilbur Theater.
Did they trade for the fucking pig in Charlotte's Web?
Yeah, that's the Will. Yeah, the Willier trade. That's obviously his best move, I would say, and it's not particularly close. See, the David Hamilton one, if it was just Renfro over Hamilton, I'd be like, fuck yeah. But the fact that
Jackie
they had to
Bradley
take
thing,
Jackie Bradley
like
back in that
mil.
yeah.
Doesn't help.
Yeah, I think it's got probably Rev.
I mean,
Right?
guys. I mean, over 660 plate appearances. His slash is 283, 379, 427. For 800 OPS. The OPS plus in his 3 years here is 121.
It's damn good.
From a guy that plays sporadically, like last year was the most he's played with us so far. He's played 89 games. He'll pass that this year. He's played 71 tonight.
He could play some fucking defense too. God bless.
He really can.
Yeah.
He really can.
So to have that on the bench, and again, not to reiterate the point that I made earlier, but to have that depth not only within the organization, but just with the big club to start with. Hopefully the injury bug swings the other way, but for the last 2 years it hasn't, so you can't bank on that being a thing. But to at least have that winning in the trenches, to keep the team afloat now, and to hopefully just make the team deeper next season when you're really ready to hit the ground running, presumably.
What? So, well, two things. First off, apparently Ref is like the captain. I was reading about that today, which is beautiful, and I love that their fourth outfielder is the captain of the team. That's
leader,
magical.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, so that's cool, and we love Ref. And Fitz, you just saying that next year we're ready to hit the ground running reminded me, what if next year sucks? Like, what? I'm curious.
Then this has all been for naught.
Where you guys are at.
Then
like,
I'll see you in 26.
Yeah, I mean, yes, of
26.
course, but I just mean from a God, I mean, how could next year suck? Unless everybody gets hurt, obviously. But I just feel like the amount of talent, at least on offense, carries them to something next year. I mean, there's every position. I mean, they have like 15 position players that are gonna.
We got to do something with him.
Yeah.
Oh heavens! Oh gentlemen, I hate to derail the conversation here.
What's wrong?
Just a blasphemous score line here for one of the best pitchers in baseball. Not to, I don't dislike George Kirby. I have nothing against the man, but it has been brought to my attention this score line he had today. No one look, don't cheat. You guys want to guess what his line is tonight?
Where are they?
They're
Yeah,
at
well,
Detroit.
That's not even a hitter's park.
Certainly not. I'll say 1.1 innings pitched.
A little bit more credit than that.
Okay, 2.2.
Even more. You got to trust the boy.
I'll give him 3 1/3, 9 earned runs.
3 2/3.
Oh wow.
13 hits, 1
Oh,
walk,
God.
11 earned runs.
What?
shit.
They kept him in
11.
for
Was
11
this-
earned runs?
Was this all in the third inning?
I have no. I'm seeing it now.
Liam,
Liam, I'm just looking at it now, dude. I'm just telling you what I know. That by the sounds of it,
I think he's Kyle Bearclaw. 11 earned runs. That's rare.
And hey, funniest part of this: 5 strikeouts.
How rare? I wonder how rare 11 plus earned runs is. It's got to be. I mean, because you just let the guy die out there. I mean, what scenario is
That's
like, you know,
crazy.
That's, you figure. I mean, at least, obviously, a 99% chance it's more than this, but 11 batters had to come up. I mean,
11.
Yeah, Fitz, do you have the line score, like when it went south?
I could look it up.
Yeah.
Tigers. Let's see here. One in the first, 4 in the third, 6 in the fourth. So I'm guessing he left a couple guys on, then got taken out, and then got whacked. Like the reliever got whacked from there. That's just my guess.
Here's a fun fact. George Kirby is just the second Mariners starter ever to allow 13 hits and 11 earned runs in a game. And the original was in 2000, and let's play a little game. Who was it?
Randy Johnson wasn't there at that point, was he? No.
Well, I know, it wasn't him.
What was his name? Freddie Garcia?
No.
Jamie Moyer?
Yes, Jamie Moyer.
Oh,
Bang.
good guess, Fats.
Yeah.
I'm a beast.
Oh, I see.
So, sorry to derail the conversation. My jaw dropped.
Yeah, that's Well, we beat him
That's
up a little
shocking.
bit, didn't we?
That is
Or
shocking.
did we not?
Not for 11 earned runs.
Well, not for 11 runs. That's not. Yeah.
Ay.
What else,
Boy,
fellas?
Cutter.
Yeah, here we go. Right.
Oh, I was gonna say, 2 weeks ago.
Sorry, Liam. I just want to get one thing. The Red Sox pitching staff, more than anything, and I hate to say this, mental midgets. They really are.
They do just kind of hit a wall, man.
The second they also fits maybe ow that. I think that word is frowned upon now.
I wasn't gonna.
Yeah, sorry. That was like a hockey locker room. That was some locker room talk.
Jesus.
So crass.
But they
you got a meeting. You got a meeting with Mayor Wu coming up.
Yes. Oh my god.
City Hall,
We
pal.
have to. I don't know if this is. I can tweet it from the personal, but should we put the Duran clip, but ow over it? Man, that's funny, right? That's not hurting nobody.
There were already TikTok edits of him using the slur on my FYP the other day. And 2, there was the one that showed up on my timeline today where it was like, hey,
please stop yelling at me. I am Jaron Duran.
That's funny.
Yeah, do it from the podcast account. That's
all right. I'll make that. But yeah, the absolute second, the moment it gets a little tougher to pitch, it's Cutter, it's Bayo. This is less of a problem, but Cutter and Bayo, the second it gets a little hairy, they completely lose it. That cannot be something that happens every start, and it is almost like that's how all of their starts end. I would say
They run into
3 out of 4.
yeah, it gets frustrating. Hopefully that comes
Pisses
with age.
me off.
Comes with more experience, you would hope, but.
Yeah, that's the thing. I have to remind myself that the staff overall is extremely young.
Right. And then carries himself like more of a veteran. Like nothing. That guy is
right.
Teflon.
It's Cool Hand Luke. He's Cool Hand Luke.
Exactly. And hey, Bayo, to his credit, we've given him some shit in recent weeks, but stepped up earlier this week. Did what he had to do.
Yeah, he looked
Cutter
good.
out at 67 pitches.
Well, I mean, the bases are loaded, aren't they?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so here's where I'm at with it. I know that Cora is managing like every game is Game 7 now, and
We cannot
these
gas
guys-
the bullpen this early, guys.
That's what I'm saying. Like I know
Like-
that a lot of the starters have these inning restrictions, or not restrictions, but they're all going over their
Yeah,
career
they're
high
reaching
innings
like
and stuff.
career highs.
But at the same time, I mean, if the pen is in shambles, Alex. I don't know where you think you're getting
I
these other
completely
innings
agree.
from.
This
Yeah,
was like last week too. He's like,
With
like we're
Pivetta,
gonna manage.
he
like,
took Pivetta
and
out
I'm
at like 68 or something like that, and it's like, I mean, in
okay,
the idea is
we need
nice,
fucking
I
innings
guess.
right now.
Yeah.
I hear that and I agree, but on the flip side of that, if you leave a guy too long and he gets burnt there, you're also going to hear it on the other end of that. I generally agree with you with what you guys are saying. You're going to need your guys to pitch longer into the 6th inning or so, just to give a general time frame. But if Core leaves him in there and then he gets beaten around, like say if he let Cutter try to work out of this and then sure enough, it's a 2-run game again after you broke it open to 6-1. Core is going to hear about that on the flip side. It's, at some point you got to trust your guys to go in there and get the outs.
Like
there are fair criticisms about like managing the workload, and I think again generally I hear what you're saying, and I agree with a good amount of it. But at some point, as the manager, you need to trust the guys in the bullpen who your front office went out to acquire to make a push for the postseason here. You need to trust them to get the outs, and if they can't, that's not necessarily on the manager. That's on the guy on the mound not being able to execute.
I agree with that last sentiment. I gotta say though, if it were like September 13th, I'd be like, all right, like yes, absolutely, that's how he should be managing.
And that's
just
what
feels
I'm
like
saying.
maybe we're like
a little early on this.
2 weeks or too early to kind of go all in on.
Yeah,
that
again,
mindset.
I would agree with that as well. I think both can kind of be true in this instance. So
Guys,
it's a
speaking
tightrope.
of,
It's a tightrope to walk.
Speaking of where we're at in the race, we mentioned it, I think 2 weeks ago. We were like, the August schedule looks brutal. and I
Still
was
looks
just kind of
brutal.
like, yeah. I mean, it looks. I'm terrified for this road trip to Baltimore and Houston, particularly.
I think they're going to sweep
Like,
Baltimore.
I don't.
not with the pitching the way it is
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I look at it. July 30th, we were 2 games back of Kansas City. Guys, guess where we are today?
2 games back, Kansas
as of-
City.
Correct.
Yeah.
So as poorly as the last week has gone,
No, Kansas City has
nothing
not.
has changed.
They have not capitalized on us
No.
struggling.
not at all. They should have capitalized over the weekend. They
You
certainly
should have
did not.
killed me.
You fucked up, Kansas City.
This sounds like complete loser mentality, and 99 times out of 100, I think I would agree with someone saying that this is loser mentality. I think especially if you get out of Fenway with a series win against the Rangers, double especially if you get a sweep here. Again, knock on wood. Don't want to take anything for granted here. I think if you get out of this Baltimore and Houston stretch with even a 3-4 record, I think you take that and run. I understand that's losing
100%.
the road trip, but if you can split in Baltimore and then just not
Yes.
tread water against Houston, and that again, it sounds like complete loser mentality, but
No,
in terms of
but
just
Fitz,
surviving the street, survive
Like-
in advance here.
Looking at the schedule, okay, so after Houston, they come back to play Arizona, who's playing really well. So that's another really good team you're going to play. But after that, it's 5 games against Toronto, 3 against Detroit, 3 against the Mets, and 3 against the White Sox.
Well, the Mets are in the hunt. You know what I mean? That they're
But
solid
still,
enough of a team that can give you
that's-
fits.
We're on the same playing field. But I'm saying, like, none of those teams are world beaters.
Sure.
And that's a stretch of, I don't know, 13, 14 games. Like, if you don't come out of that with 8 or 9 wins, what are we doing?
Fellas,
then
lest we forget, tiebreaker.
Also true. Also
Also
true.
true.
Just-
Also,
it
the
gives you
Mariners. The Mariners are
most amount of leeway.
the Mariners are losing 15-1 to Detroit right now. So there's
I'm just saying. Just
there's something
just
to think
get
about
me-
too.
Just get me to the Toronto series with, even if we're 1 game worse. Say we're 3 games back at the third wild card at that point. I still feel fine if we go into that Toronto series kind of treading water.
I don't think there's a
The
single really
the
good
next
team
10
in the
games
AL
are-
this year. Is that a hot take?
What?
No, nobody's
I don't
going to
think,
win 100
I don't
games
think
this
there's
year.
a single really, really good team in the AL this year.
I think Baltimore's really, really good.
But they're hurt. They're
Baltimore
beat
scares
up.
me the most.
They've
Their
got
rotation doesn't-
diarrhea. That we've been over this.
Outside of Burns, I mean, G-Rod can look really good sometimes. I mean, Eflin has Eflin to
Eflin's
his
not having
credit
a great
has,
year,
but he's looked better since he got to Baltimore.
Right.
So I don't know. I think they're the top dog in the AL as far as I'm concerned. But also, fuck it, man. Watch the Astros just run the table again.
that's
get to the
exactly
World
right. Yeah,
Series.
like
The Astros are going to be in the ALCS, man. It's the Houston Invitational at this point.
you get them to October, then yeah, they get. I will not until they're double tapped in the ground.
Yeah.
I will not believe that
No.
they're dead.
I mean, I was saying this as early as May when they were like, I don't know, 10 games under 500. I'm like, they're not going away. Like, it's way too early for this. And look at them now; they're going to win the West.
I
So-
know you did say that, Liam. I think we've mentioned that on the podcast, but I can't help but thinking that you just sounded like LeBron, given his. I think Kobe's about to go for. He's going to go for 70.
I said, guys, I looked at the schedule and I said, these Astros, they're not going away.
I saw the I saw the map that Archduke Franz Ferdinand was going, and I was like, I got a bad feeling about this. Him and his wife, I don't like the fate here. I think they're going to survive one assassination attempt, but I could see something bad happening after that.
Oh my God! Before we have to talk about BDSM.
Oh my God, I can't
How
believe.
did
Of
we
course
get this far?
Of course
I
we
know. Well, it
wrapped up
happened
last week.
right after.
Yes.
Yeah.
The pot on Lansdowne difference.
Sox blowing the game. That's terrific.
Instant moment in Red Sox Twitter history. I
Yeah,
think.
one of the greatest. That was some of the most
All
fun I've ever
time.
had that night.
That night was just incredible, start to finish.
I was like one of the few people that caught it.
Yeah, I was going to ask, did you
Hot.
guys see it in the moment? Because I did. was
I
like,
did, and then
I did.
That's
I
why
saw it
screenshotted
I saw it
it.
while it was still live because I quote tweeted and tagged Santi. It was like, oh my God, they said it, and
Shout out
went back to
Santi.
look. It was gone. The king.
Now, let me.
Santi actually feeling like Oppenheimer is one of the funniest. Like
He was
really,
wearing. I went to the
his
I
own
went to the game with him on
creation.
Saturday.
It betrayed him.
I went to the game with him on Saturday. He had the BDSM T-shirt on. He was all in.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask.
I just
Liam
can't
here,
believe they tweeted that. I just couldn't believe it.
I wanted to see Liam, if you
personally. No. Go ahead, Fitz. Sorry.
I wanted to see if you could provide some insight here as a social media guy with Morning Brew. Someone had the idea to tweet BDSM Big Dom Smith moments from @Red Sox. Someone had that idea. Someone typed it out. Someone let it fly. Someone who I don't think it was an accident. I don't think like, oh, they were oblivious to what BDSM mean. I think whoever it is in the know. Someone else could be the same person. Then put the ixnay on that. Put the head out and said, nope, we got to yank it, pull it, garbage, dump it. No good. What is the thought process there in that situation in those 45 seconds if something goes haywire? Can you offer any insight into that?
So my whole thing is, I agree. Like whoever posted it was in the know. It's been going around the timeline for the last few weeks. Clearly, this was something that they'd been ruminating on or thinking about. So
weren't we all?
To delete it within 30 seconds is odd to me because it feels like that's something that would have been calculated ahead of time. It wasn't just like a moment of inspiration. We're gonna get in on this. This is how we do it.
Yeah, because they had the official highlight with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely thought out. And I don't think it was just some social producer, ripped it on their own accord. To me, at least, it just seems like as soon as they put it out, they were like, like Ron Burgundy in the Bear Pit. I immediately regret this decision.
But don't you probably have to get approval from a higher up
but
before hitting
that's what I'm saying.
That.
That's why I'm saying I don't think it was a social producer. I think it was someone who's actually in charge of the account and like approving posts. I don't know how that whole org chart shakes out and who posts what and what the chain of command is, but
I'd like to wink nudge hire me.
But I don't I just can't imagine that it, like you said, was someone that was oblivious to what that acronym stands for.
There's no way that was just I saw it on the timeline once. Maybe I'll use it.
Right? Like there's just
in the big 2024. No.
And it's not like
Sox are actually blowing this game. By the way, as you two.
Excellent.
Yeah.
As we're talking about BDSM.
Yeah.
I'm keeping.
God damn it. But yeah, no, I just
tweeted sorry to interrupt, but all-time great reaction GIF discovered from a Muppets 2011 Muppets movie deleted scene of Billy Crystal going, arrest this guy.
Kill him. Arrest him.
No, you know what? Kill this guy. Kill him.
Yeah.
So funny. I just tweeted Camboozer.
Hey now.
Hey. You're gonna get the Zach Kelly treatment on the timeline.
What's that? Did
you say someone some account like didn't even tag Zach, but was like, I don't know, I guess when he had a bad game last week or over the weekend was like something to the extent, I don't know if it was like Zach Kelly getting a car accident or something.
Jesus.
And Zach Kelly quote tweeted it and was like, I promise it's not that serious.
Well, you know what, Zach? Christ. It is, unfortunately. It is that serious. Pitch
Red Sox Twitter, man. We got to clean it up. We got to clean it up.
Yeah. Based off of some of the again, BDSM, from the less enlightened parts of Twitter, to the BDSM, we need to step up our game.
Alex Cora, to quote Alex Cora, we all got to be better. But yeah, the BDSM tweet will live forever.
We'll always have
that's an all-timer. I think that was the most fun we've had on that platform since the Bear Claw game. It was just just a perfect moment in time.
I don't know if it's the ultimate Red Sox Twitter moment. I mean, Hanley in the bathroom with Instagram, that being put on air.
Oh,
that
Pablo?
Was hilarious.
Yeah.
Did I say
Hanley?
Hanley?
Sour
Pablo.
Hanley's name.
Pablo, big
Please.
partner.
Hanley would never. Hanley would never.
He would just do it in the field, probably. Like he'd do it openly. He wouldn't be so secretive about it now. And then
My God,
the luxury tax reset. If you know, you know. Tweet.
Yes. Oh my God.
Remember
That wasn't fun though. Like that was
It was
upsetting.
just
in
like,
hindsight,
fuck
it's
you.
hilarious.
Yeah, but in the
hindsight,
like
it's great.
BDSM and Bear Claw, like those were funny while it was happening.
I think Barraclaw, because I felt like I was going crazy.
Every time he came out of the dugout again.
It might be Barraclaw. Also, an underrated one after Stanton was traded to the Yankees. Ravelry. Fire emoji, fire
Oh.
emoji, fire emoji.
Yeah.
God, they used to have
That
the
was
worst
bad.
in social
That was so
media.
bad.
What? Thank God we came out of that.
Let
That
us
stretch
post.
from rivalry to if you know, you know.
And speaking of
I'll,
Twitter,
I'll hit Camboozer with the "We Can Only Ask Her Wonder" video.
yeah, you're gonna need that. Speaking of Twitter, if you're on Twitter, why don't you go over to Ed Hand's Twitter whenever that poll is up and vote for us in the semifinal for
Yes.
the Red Sox Twitter personality tournament. We go up against those schmucks over at Not Another Sox podcast. This is a civil war. This is the Christie war here. She's abstaining. We're not. We're on the front lines.
They just had a live show, man. They're big time.
They did, yeah. Campanelli.
Yeah.
I know. Why not? Why can't we? Can we do that?
Yeah, right. Get the. They did it for the Brockton Knockouts, which is the newer team, but the Rocks also play there as well. I think it's the same ownership group. Get us in there. Give us a call.
We could do. Let's upstage them. Let's do.
Let's streak onto the field and do a live podcast that way. Let's live stream us streaking onto the field. If that means we win the vote here against them, I'm prepared. I'm prepared to make that sacrifice, Jake.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah. We could
Whatever it takes.
just do it. We could do an unsanctioned live pod.
We've talked about doing that.
We have many times.
We just pull up to bullpen.
and now
We have a quote unquote
so,
live show and we just like lay a
Hang out
phone
on
down
the-
and
the
hit
back
record
patio.
on voice memos, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a live
One day.
show.
One day.
One of these days we'll do a space. I don't think we'll have technical difficulties like.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should have done
but-
one when Trump was doing it.
Steal their thunder.
Yeah.
Donald Daffy Duck Trump with the way he
Yeah.
was
What? Okay. Wait. Time out. Why did he have a lisp? What was going on?
suffering
last night?
succotash,
I
folks,
don't-
believe me.
I don't
Did
know
he?
what
Does
was
he?
happening.
Did he like not put in like his dentures or something? I'm not
Has
being
to be
funny.
like the teeth coming out.
Has to be. Yeah, I
That's
mean,
happened to
yeah.
him before because remember he was like, "And God bless the United States." Once. Remember he did
Yeah.
that?
Like, but it was bad. Like, how did an aide not be like Donald? You
the whole
sound
time.
like-
The whole time.
you sat. Oh well, we got out of the mess. That's nice. 6'4". Cool.
Okay.
Songs of the week.
Oh yeah. Of course.
Oh,
Songs
I got mine.
of
I'm
the
ready.
Mine is Sarah by Alex G.
I am not familiar.
Do I know that one?
I'll play a little beat.
Sing us a little ditty.
I'll play it. Well, it's hard to sing.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah, really good song. That's mine.
I'm sure
I
it's
was
a great
going with "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey because all the
Oh, wow,
all the
okay.
Team USA
A
Olympics
Glee
edits.
classic. A Glee classic. Sopranos classic as well.
Fitz is not a Journey head. You're not a Journey head.
It's not that I dislike Journey. I'm not crazy
Fitz,
about them, but that
grow
song
up.
is just.
Grow up. Look at this
I'll be
Alan
honest,
Rich.
man. I went through the same thing. I hadn't listened to it in a long time, and then all
It's
the Team
fine.
USA
I don't dislike.
all the
it.
Team
I'm
USA.
just-
I mean, it's Olympics based for me
Fair enough. Fair
because
enough.
of
which I still
all the
wanna-
Team USA edits.
Gentlemen, better song than both of those. Song of the week. Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, that is a good one.
What a
Oh,
song!
yeah.
It's been
You know
I'm
what?
surprised we haven't. I'm surprised we haven't used that yet.
Not my favorite Natasha song though. You know
like
what?
pocket full of sunshine, man.
No, so I have two. I love These Words. That's a great one.
These words
And also Love Like This featuring
Oh,
Sean
with Sean
Kingston.
Kingston. Hell
Woo!
yes. Hell
That's a
yes.
heater. That's a heater. Oh, baby.
That's the group song. That's the group song of the week.
Yeah, fuck it. Chrissy, throw that one on there too.
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
4. Yeah, I'm good with
Oh,
that.
oh. Love that song.
Yeah, that was
Sean
so
Kingston.
good.
I think maybe a bad guy now, but you can't
Oh, I
deny.
don't, that's one of those things like if I do not see it kind of deal.
Well, Fitz, I don't like that very much.
Didn't he
Fitz,
get into like?
No.
Didn't he
Well,
get
what
into
did Sean
beef
Kingston
with
do?
like? with like Soldier Boy or something.
Oh, he.
Well, if he's
never
beefing,
mind. No. He's fine. He's doing like wire fraud and stuff. That's fine. I don't care about that.
Ah,
victimless crime.
It is. Fuck it. You know, we stand. Sean Kingston.
Sean, come on the pod.
Yeah. All right. I'm fine with that.
Remember when he almost died?
Remember he almost like died in a
Yeah,
boat crash or
that's
something?
crazy. No, we
Oh
just
my
said
God,
that at the
that's
same
right.
time.
Yeah. Do you remember
Forgot
when was
about
that? Yeah, in May 2011, he was involved in nearly
Near fatal
In a-
jet skiing accident.
Oh
The
my God,
reports at
and-
the time
and
were
the-
crazy. Like, oh, he definitely died.
the real kicker. He was required to pay a $180 fine for careless operation during the accident.
The funniest part here in personal life,
Real
by
insult to
2018,
injury. There.
by 2018, he had begun to ride jet skis again.
That's beautiful. That's the road to recovery. That's absolutely magical.
I think 100. I think essentially, like, think of it like this: you're on death's doorstep. Like the Grim Reaper is there, and he's like, "Yo, I'll let you off the hook here. Do you have 180 bones that you can slip him in? I gotta."
Just
It's
real
like,
quick.
I'm late on rent. The
Grimmy,
Grim
it's your
Reaper's
lucky
there.
day, pal. There you go,
It's
180.
like
right?
Death from Family Guy. It's Norm Macdonald.
Yes. But no, Liam, you mentioned the Olympics, and now that's over, like, I don't know what to do with myself. If I don't have Denmark versus Germany preliminary handball games, then I'm just I'm a lost ship in the seas, the winds blowing me as they may. I don't know what to do with myself.
No, I'm the same. I'm the same way. I miss putting on Goal Zone to start my day. I don't know. I mean, I miss Lafrige.
Yeah.
They
Lafrige, yes.
They humanely euthanized him after the closing ceremony Sunday night.
The free shot dead in Houston.
Yeah, I honestly I did not expect to enjoy it as much as I
Great Olympiad.
ultimately did. It was
Great.
incredible.
The best one since 08.
Yes.
London was so
Yeah,
good
Vince
too,
is
though.
big on London, man. I don't really.
Love those London games. They were great. Oof, they were great.
I remember the soccer and some of the swimming, but that's about it.
I said to Sophie the other night, I was like, if for some, well, not for some reason, I mean, it's not an unlikely scenario, but like if my career happens to bring me back to Los Angeles in the next 4 years,
Oh,
we will attend some event or something.
Yes.
If I'm not going to travel for it. I'm not going to fucking travel for it, but if I'm there
that
during
sounds
the
like
Olympics,
a nightmare to travel to.
We're staying with you, pal. We are
well,
bunk beds, inflatable
I
mattresses.
will say, regardless of where I'm at in my life, dead or alive, whatever, I will be going to hockey in Salt Lake City.
Oh yeah.
35-year-old
34,
Jake. 35-year-old Jake will be there no matter what.
That's in 34, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Milan.
That'll be here
is-
before we know it, guys. It'll be here
Milan
before
is
we know it.
26, and then I think it's in the French Alps for 30. So then 34 is.
Olympic hockey is well, if the NHLers are in it, which it seems like they're letting them go back and do that again. It's special.
It's almost like that's their best advertising potential that they could
Yeah.
have. One of the biggest
When
sporting
was
events.
when was
in
the last
world,
time
yeah.
they let him play?
14. No,
Yeah.
did they let him in 18?
No,
they didn't let him in
it's
18. 14. That was
Oh,
the
that's
TJ
okay.
Oshie.
That, I do.
Yeah.
Remember. Yes. Okay. Now I remember that. It's all coming back to me.
Good,
Yeah, that was really stupid to rip them out of there.
Sure was.
Oh wait, was
Because I mean, before we hopped on, Fitz, I mean, me and Fitz were saying like, I remember Vancouver. I remember some of Sochi
Vancouver was
now.
excellent.
Now that we're talking about the hockey,
Sochi was solid.
that's all I got.
Vancouver gold medal game for men's.
Oh.
2010. That was one of the best, not even just
Incredible.
hockey games, like just one of the best championship
Yeah.
games, championship matchups I've seen. That was an excellent game. Who was it? Who scored that game tying goal for the U.S., Jake? Was it
Parise.
Zach Parise. Yes.
Parise? Yeah.
Yeah.
Devil's legend at the time.
Devil's legend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he signed like that 25-year contract with Minnesota.
With the
I
Y.
remember
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
huge.
Him
nuts.
and Ryan Suter matching contracts.
That's right.
Famous day.
Ilya
They both,
Kovalchuk had a
they
huge
both
fucking
were
contract once, right? It was like
17
It was
years.
like 17 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
then,
I
like-
believe he left after 3. I want to say.
Yeah, it was like 5
or-
years later. They were like, get out of here,
played-
you little rascal.
Hold on. So it was a. I'm looking. Yeah, it was a 17-year, $102 million deal.
Preposterous. How old was he when he signed that?
It's 22. 10, so he was 27.
That's so dumb.
And then he played exactly 10, 11, 12. He played 2 years on that contract.
When did he sign it?
2010, summer 2010.
So it still wouldn't be up to obviously if he only played 3 of it, it ends it, but that contract could still hypothetically be going on right now.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Not to keep belaboring the point about Beijing, but I don't think anything will ever beat that 4x1 relay in the pool where
Oh
Lee
my
Zach
God.
comes back.
Growing up in Baltimore, and the state was electric
Yeah,
when
the
Phelps
Baltimore
was
Swim
doing all
Club,
that in 08. It was fucking nuts, man.
Here comes Lee Zach. Oh God. Special goosebumps.
Chills.
Beijing.
Chills. This is how real it is to The Rock.
That opening ceremony was gas at the bird's nest. They call it the bird's nest.
Here we go. Here we go.
We've been pretty good. We haven't really been talking about him too
we haven't.
much.
I don't
We
feel like
mentioned
we've
him
done
a couple of times. We
impressions
mentioned him a couple times on the
Because
show.
it's not, you know what? It'll come back around. It's not
Yes.
funny right now because he's in the media too much. And
we got to be careful.
Well, no, I don't mean because of that. It's just he's fucking annoying right now. When he's actually being evil. When he loses, I think personally now he will lose, and then it's funny again. Then we can laugh and he'll fucking die. He looks awful all the time now. I don't think he's got a lot of good years left.
I think he's lost the juice.
He's lost a lot of weight too. He looks skinny. He's really skinny.
Is he on
now.
that Ozempic?
He might be skinny legend. Yeah.
That waist is looking snatched, Donald.
Oh man.
Well, all right. I'll be brave enough, and I'll do one little. People I follow were tweeting about his love for Broadway tonight.
He does love his
Trump?
He loves Broadway. Yeah, he loves musicals.
Does he?
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
I
he's
didn't know that.
he was a New York lib
guess
for
that's
most
true.
of his life.
That makes sense.
Rich New York lib, and he fucking loves Broadway. And I just
I
would
Newsies, I have to say.
Yeah,
Really.
I'd love to queen out with him if he wasn't evil. I really think. Well, that's the funny thing about his insane and evil and dangerous.
They call it
policies and
the
everything.
Phantom of the Opera. Don't
He
they?
does actually seem fun to hang out with on a personal. He does.
I'd
All the
trust a beer with
videos. Yeah, all the videos of him
he doesn't
golfing
drink.
and shit.
He does
Yeah,
not
he's
drink.
sober.
Oh, he does.
He's sober.
Oh, wow. Good for him.
It's I'd love to go see I wonder what's out now. Maybe he'd I saw The Outsiders. I don't maybe he'd like that. But
That'll be our
Frankly,
live
I always
show.
liked
Our first
Stephen
live show.
Sondheim. I really did, folks.
he really loves Andrew Lloyd Webber. That was his guy.
Oh, he's a
So
big
he-
Cats fan?
Cats. I like
Phantom,
I like
Phantom,
dogs
he-
a little bit more, but Cats was a good show.
Those jellicle cats.
They call him Mr. Mistopheles, folks, don't they?
Buster Jones. I knew Buster Jones very well, actually.
The
They call
late,
him-
great Buster Jones.
I called my good friend
He
Jenny
wants
Any
he wants to have you for dinner.
Hannibal Lecter.
Did you guys see Cats, the movie?
I did,
No.
I sure
God,
did.
no.
I saw
I
it in theaters.
So did I, Liam. That's absolutely. I saw that and The Rise of Skywalker 2 nights apart. It was the worst fucking week of my life.
I would have never gone back to the movies.
I'm not even doing a bit or any. 2 of maybe the worst movies I've ever sat through in my entire life. And those were back to back. Anyway, Broadway. You guys should come down and we should see a Broadway show together.
I like that.
I've never done
theater.
that.
You've never been to a Broadway show, Liam?
No, sure haven't.
Oh my gosh, Liam, come on. We'll
been
see
to
whatever
them.
you want. We'll see Wicked. We'll see the Book of Mormon. We'll see. Those are the 2 big ones. Those are the big. They've been running for a while. People love them.
I've seen multiple musicals. I've seen a couple in Boston, but I've seen 2 actually Broadway
In New
Broadway.
York? What'd you
Yes.
say?
Saw Newsies once,
I fucking love Newsies.
and I saw Chicago once.
Santa Fe.
That was
Yeah, I just got a
That
yeah.
was good.
for
Oh
sure.
my god.
Holy
Holy crowd.
I love Newsies.
I thought I hit the high notes last week doing Prince. You nailed that one.
Yeah, he loves news. He
Damn.
loves his newsies.
Loves his newsies. So, all right, is that all we got? Tight 90 here.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't.
True.
I don't know if that's what I would call it, but yeah.
I was just say it's almost exactly an hour and a half.
We've been on a good run. What, we did an hour and a half last week?
Yeah. Got to be honest, we got
shit to
20
talk
minutes into
about.
this. I did not think that we were going to make it this far, and yet here we are.
Well, we had to do.
That was a lot.
We had to
discuss.
do. We had to do F gate for 15, 20 minutes.
Friend gate, as you have.
Friend gate, favorite friend
our
gate,
favorite friend.
Jesus Christ.
tennis racket gate.
Just what a fucking moron, man. Like, even if you
You
called him a
think he gets a
douchebag-
standing O
Yeah,
tomorrow?
not even. Oh.
Even
I
if he
saw-
just called him, even if he just called him an
reasonable.
asshole, you're the asshole for doing this in the middle of a fucking.
No,
playoff
that's
race.
fine. Asshole. You could throw asshole around, Fitz. Let's
Sure,
not,
I'm just
let's
saying, but
not
like,
come
keep
on.
your head in the game, and then to take it a step further
No,
with a fucking
yes,
slur,
I agree.
dude.
I agree. But
yeah,
but let's not come
stupid
down
on so many
asshole.
levels. Yes.
Okay.
I did
you
see
know what I mean.
Fitz read the standing ovation. I think it was like an Orioles fan tweeted the clip of Homelander.
Trey Turner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like when Jaron Duran steps up to the plate Wednesday night and Homelander's getting the applause. He's like, oh, all right.
All right. Yeah, Jesus.
All right.
Man.
That's not even a good joke in Wokachusetts.
Yeah. It doesn't really work.
It's like the least. It was the fucking. Wasn't we the first state to legalize gay marriage?
The
Yeah.
first.
Yeah,
The
it's like
first.
it's the least funny state to make that joke in.
Someone reminded me in my replies the other day, like Mayor Menino was ready to like go to war against Chick-fil-A.
He was.
Did
Yeah.
he die? He died, right?
Oh, he
Yeah,
died
Mumbles,
a while
man.
ago.
Oh yeah.
Legend.
Johnny Sack plays him in Patriots Day.
That's a pretty good
That's
casting.
crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty good too. I actually like that. I don't like Wahlberg, but I actually find that
I
movie
do.
very enjoyable.
I like Patriots Day.
I think for what good cast, Rachel Brosnahan is in it. I have a big old crush
Special.
on her.
That's Miss Maisel, right?
Yeah. Fucking
House of Cards-
Jimmy
House of
O
Cards
Yang.
legend.
Jimmy O
Yes.
Yang plays the kid they carjack that went to MIT. He's funny.
October 30th, 2014 for Mumbles when he passed. So coming up on a
jeez.
decade of no Mumbles.
No.
Was he in office
miss
when
him.
he died?
I don't think so. I think he had just finished.
Yeah, he was mayor for the
Because
bombing.
he was mayor in 13.
Yeah, so that was only a year and a half later. Wow.
Thank you all
Sad
for
one.
coming.
Sad when they go young like that.
We're gonna have a rolling rally on Saturday.
He's just a kid.
Veritech splitting the uprights.
I always think of Ortiz.
That's an all-time. That's an all-time.
I always think of Ortiz saying like, "Man, Menino, go to Patrick." Like when he was out. I don't know why that's like a vocal tick.
Instead of saying sports moments are iconic, he said these moments are ionic.
Deval
Much like
Patrick,
a-
maybe
much like a
maybe
cookie.
the most
I predicted
forgotten
the
politician in the history of Earth. Deval Patrick. He ran for president. People forget.
He tried to. He most certainly
Yeah.
tried to. He was
Governor
governor
Patrick.
for a little bit. He was governor for quite some time. I think it was like
Yeah, he had 2
8
terms, right?
years? Yeah.
Well, yeah, Fitz. That is what
That'll do it.
2 terms of a governor is. So.
Yeah. Don't have to be a smart ass about it, buddy. All right. Connecticut boy over here telling me about the
What, we have
governor of our great
governors
Commonwealth.
too. What are you? All right, wrap it up. I gotta go watch the Red Sox blow this lead.
Yeah, I gotta edit this episode. So is that all we got?
That's all we got.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, hold on. We're getting a Sophie Hamlin appearance.
What are you saying about governors?
I said Deval Patrick was governor for 8 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just need to make sure the FBI background check doesn't pick up anything.
Oh no, I'm behaving. I did say maybe an accidental off-color remark earlier though, but Fitz will cash that one out.
That
no
one's
worries.
getting edited.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's a maybe.
Yeah.
So that's going to
yeah,
do it for this edition of Pod on Lansdowne. We appreciate all of you for listening to this very long edition of the program. We really do appreciate you hanging around with us. So for Jake, for Liam, for Sophie, I'm Fitz. You're you. We'll talk to you next week. Until then, go Sox. Don't be homophobic. And obey your mother.
First and foremost.
Obey your mother. Sophie, want to do one? Do it. Say obey your mother.
Why?
Okay, never mind. Liam, go ahead.
Obey your mother.